joining us and sharing that insight from Singapore. Thank you. Now we move on. A footage from Gaza's Nasser hospital shows a second Israeli strike hitting rescue workers after an initial attack, leaving at least 15 people dead, including 4 journalists. The IDF has yet to comment on this incident. Meanwhile, an Al Jazeera cameraman was also killed in Gaza, according to a spokesperson. As tensions rise, the former Dutch Foreign Minister Caspar Veldkamp has spoken out against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's policies, warning that they are jeopardizing Israel's security and identity. Veldkamp expressed concerns over Israel's military operations in Gaza, particularly the ongoing offensive in Gaza City. He emphasized that the war, initially seen as a defensive response to the October 7th Hamas attacks, has now lost its justification and must come to an end. Veldkamp also criticized Netanyahu's government for losing legitimacy in the eyes of the world, despite his long-standing support for Israel's security. Now, for this discussion, we're joined by Alia Muhammad Abushbak. He is an independent Palestinian researcher, joins us live from Cairo. Thank you, Ali, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, can you tell us more about the situation with Veldkamp criticizing Netanyahu's government and what's happening now?
Thank you, Suma, for having me. In fact, it's a grave day for the Palestinian. While Israel assassinated and targeting a civil defense and a journalist on live stream, around 4 journalists have been killed on the screen, while the international community and all the world watching them, they are targeting deliberately by the Israelis' suicide drone. Yesterday night, it was one of the intense nights for the Palestinian, while Israel bombardment the whole area from northern part of Gaza in Jabalia and Nazla neighborhood and Jabalia campus neighborhood. 4 more there. Also in Khan Yunis, Mawasi Khan Yunis. That was one of the intense night for the Palestinian, while the children feared of the continuous bombardment. Usually Palestinians used to refer to such kind of Israeli bombardment like a fire builds. This is the term used by Palestinians to describe the heavy and intense bombardment simultaneously, while the Israelis airstrike drop a mass of missiles in one area that's lifted as a rubble and destroy the residential unit, the whole residential unit. Israel used a suicide report as well as in this area that's lifted as several of casualties from the civilians and also the defense, the civil defense from Gaza. In fact, the situation is more incredible and it's difficult. Today, Francisca Albanese condemned the Israelis' behavior by killing the journalist on the live stream. Also, today there is a mass of a protest in Australia, Sydney, and several of city in Australia condemning Israel's behavior and also condemning assassinating of the journalist like last 2 weeks when they killing the Al Jazeera correspondent Anas Sharif and his team. Today also Israel committed the same crime against several of social media activists and the journalists on the ground, without any care about the international community and without care about or consideration about international law, and that's protected the civilians and protected the journalists on the ground. Among of this atmosphere, I guess there is no hope for a negotiation and there is no hope for a ceasefire between Palestinian and Israel, especially in Gaza. Benjamin Netanyahu, he faced several of lambast from the Israelis community and Israelis media about delaying to reach to deal with Hamas and releasing the whole captive or releasing as a part of the captive from Gaza. That's ensured that how much the Israelis IDF is brutal, despite also there is a disagreement between the Israeli militant and the politician. There is a several of a disagreement about the second phase of the Gazian's chariot operation in Gaza. They consider it is meaningless, and it's not giving any, it's not achieving to any aims except to make their army more tired and also fail as several of Israelis, IDF soldiers as casualties in this kind of war because of there is an action, there is a response. Definitely, Palestinian resistance they will confronted with the Israelis troops that invaded Gaza. So that's it. Israel maybe used the suicide report to destroy the area and destroy the residential unit in north part of Gaza as well as in south part of Gaza. 90% of Gaza city and Gaza Strip Gaza Strip is completely destroyed and it's a rubble.
Yes.
So that's it. Also, UNESCO yesterday releasing a statement about more than 29 children being killed daily in Gaza. That exacerbated the situation and make the humanitarian situation in Gaza more incredible
Yes.
and behind
Thank
the
you.
imagination of Soma. So
Yes.
among of these atmosphere, I guess Palestinian today so